EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Indianapolis Colts. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. They will start on the ground and able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Well, this defense for the Colts, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
On second down and 4, Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
With every game, with every season, Travis Kelce, he just confirms his greatness. Streak of 1,000-yard seasons is now up to 6, and he's made 7 straight Pro Bowls, and his numbers have ranked him among the best tight ends to have ever played in the NFL. Another first down right there to add to his career total.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Not the kind of game that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 39. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
And a nice call and really good execution there, because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle perhaps. You know, you don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on him. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They send him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Here comes Edwards-Helaire on the toss right. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Second and 10. Here's Ryan. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jayon Brown. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. With such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. They he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Now Ryan, that's caught by his tight end, Kylan Granson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Hey, Tuesday.
First and 10, Taylor now. Oh, good move. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll have this all the way out to the 50-yard line. Excellent field position.
After return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators, because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just changed. Offensive playbook just opens up. And now on defense, do you play aggressively or do you lay back a little bit to try and calm things down?
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On fourth down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Second down, another run with Taylor. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
21.
Ryan. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. He'll take it at the 42. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis.
Well, it certainly took too long to set up play action. That gave the pass rush time to get home for his first sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about the quick game and leave play action alone for a little while.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to get it back here just past the 35. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And Ryan's throw into the hands of Pittman here. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
The Colts at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
So no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here. The idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So Ryan heads to the sideline, and out now is Rodrigo Blankenship for the Indianapolis field goal try. Blankenship's kick is good. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. We'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
On first down, Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Mahomes now on first down.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And again, it's Mahomes. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronnie McLeod. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Mahomes now on first down. Locates Hardman for another catch. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Throwing again on second down. Mahomes. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. Start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Again, it's Taylor. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Let's make a play here.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 102 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. It's a jet sweep as they get this to Jackson. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
George Karlaftis, the man to bring him down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On second down, it's Taylor.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. Now it's Ryan. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 17-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Running left, Taylor.
They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Taylor will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Jonathan Taylor, a touchdown machine. He's going to get plenty of looks down here near the goal line. So if I'm on defense, I might start getting prepared to see his number called a couple of more times.
On 2nd and goal, Ryan. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Jared Cook, his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead now up to 14.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. But Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Mahomes. Catch is made by Hardman. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He was trying to get that to Edwards-Helaire out of the backfield.
But it'll be 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
130 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
And Mark, 2021 is the season Jonathan Taylor arrived as one of the best backs in the NFL. He became the first Colt to ever win the running back triple crown, leading the league in carries, yards, and touchdowns. He didn't stop there, also leading in first downs, runs of 20-plus yards, and he had the longest run of the NFL season. Simply put, Taylor was the league's best at what he does by almost every possible metric.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan.
The toss here completed to Pittman. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the 44, Ryan, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
The veteran Joe Schobert getting to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, a 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Kenny Moore. The 30, 10, 5, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Yannick Ngakoue. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Mahomes going to throw. And yet again, Ryan is intercepted. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Mahomes now to throw. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him. Now Mahomes got to have this one.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 9.
51.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And that's one of the dangers of the quick game. If you only have a 2- or 3-step drop, if you don't get the ball to someone open right away, those defenders are right near the line of scrimmage and then get on top of you in a heartbeat.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes, right side.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. Boy, 179 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, well, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line. Yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space.
Thank you. Are you even paying attention? This right here could be the time. Ready, we're ready. Defense can't stop you.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory.
Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the 1st quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the 1st quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for the Colts, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tennessee Titans come to town. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.